Hi guys, welcome back to Chess the Matthew. So on this video, I will show you on how I actually declared as a champion earlier by playing an arena chess tournament of the chess.org in a 5 blitz time format. So I was actually a champion from the Hourly Blitz Arena from the chess.org. So here, this is my highlight game in which I actually Berserk here, in which with my 5 minutes time control, I Berserk. So I only have a half of the time, so I have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So my opponent here plays the moves d4 and I reply with knight f6. And after the moves of e6, e3, I play the move g6. And after, for example, knight f3, bishop to 7, the move c4, I immediately castle on the king side because I want to put my king into safety, because from the fact that I have only a less of time from my opponent. And again, after some couple of moves, I play a rather automatic moves, but actually a passive one. But never minding my position that it is actually a passive, my goal here is to have a complete development so that I can start to attack later on the white here as fast as I could, because I have only less time on this game. So here in this position, actually after queen c7, I immediately complete my development by connecting my rooks. So the white here do the same. So I still put my pieces into passive and try to find my fortune later on if there is a chance. So I start here to open the C file, for example, this position. But after, for example, on this capture and a recapture, I actually blunder here by playing rook ace to c8 because I actually missed a defense from my e7 pawn. But although after a capture, I just retreat my queen here and he doubled the e file, try to have some exchanges. But we shall see in this position now that the black here is actually on an inferior situation because of the passive uh, development of the pieces. Again, the black here is a pawn down, so we can conclude here that the white here has an initiative on this game. But after a couple of moves, for example, after knight h4, so this knight h4 is a good move, trying to have some simplification because he has a pawn up, so he should go with that. Although I forcibly capture that exchanges because I don't want to deep think because I have only less time. So after capture, and here again I tries to win back my pawn, but it is actually a bad move because there is a knight to e4. And again, the knight on d5 actually controls a lot of vital square on my position, and again it is very dangerous for me. But after I retreat and tries to uncover the e-file because there is a knight fork on the e7, and again on this position my bishop is actually undefended, so I tries to cover the e-file and again saving my bishop, but there is f4. So there's no hope for me in this position, but a miracle happened after bishop takes, knight e7, check, king f8, and the move knight takes to c8, in which he should not capture first my bishop on c8, my rook on c8, but rather than to capture this bishop on b2 with an idea that he can actually try to mate me on this diagonal on queen to a8, and again he has another possibility to capture my rook on c8, but he didn't play that and instead capture my rook on c8, and again I escape first my bishop giving a check, and on this position after king moves and capture, I have an initiative on this position because I have a lot of minor pieces. It is actually bishop knight versus the rook with equal amount of pawns. But for example, after a couple of moves attacking my bishop, I retreat it on f6, guarding the two diagonals from h4 to d8 and h8 to a1. So after he moved his knight, I move my knight on c5 attacking his queen, and again after he retreat, I put my knight on a dominant square on e4, and with a threat to this fork on the f2 after I play it in e4. And again, after this move, he actually blunders, so I immediately capture that knight, and he immediately resigned because if he capture, there is actually a knight fork on f2. And again, with 3 minor pieces versus rook, which is actually decisive for me. So my opponent actually has only 1695 light chess rating on a blitz. So from the Hourly Blitz Arena, I actually win this game. This is my highlight game because I actually berserk my game so that I can cope up with the uh, score from the said arena chess tournament. So that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to subscribe.